It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC North rivals. It's the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it is time for football here at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by my partner, Charles Davis. Charles, these Browns, no other way to say it, they took a step back last year. What do you think that they need to do to get back to the playoffs while competing in a tough AFC North?
They need to get back to the identity that their head coach established a couple of seasons ago. A hard running game, consistent play from their quarterback, and then they have new management on the defensive side of the ball. They'll try and get after you in the pass rush.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, I think everybody seems ready to turn the page from 2022. A tough finish down the stretch. Some wacky plays in that loss to the Bengals in the wild card round. They just want to reset and come out swinging in 2023.
Oh, I love how you just expressed that. You're exactly right. Reset and come out and playing Ravens football again. And look, they had some anxious moments in the offseason. A sigh of relief. They have their key pieces in place. They're ready to attack.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the three-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team. But he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
Looking to throw right away is Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. The end result, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A guy coming off his best season as a pro, here's Nick Chubb. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive person, and just ran him down.
Now Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's Chubb on the read option. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Watson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more fitted to his back.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Watson. Touchdown! Elijah Moore, 28 yards. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Jackson running again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of Crochet. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down. Jackson now. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. Now, hang on. We got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson, option right. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On second down, it's Edwards. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. They'll roll him out right. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw on second is Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Finding space at the 40. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. He's on his way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Cleveland offense making their way out. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Watson, off play action. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 1st down, Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson, option left. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
Take it into the end zone for
Deshaun Watson shows off his mobility yet again. Just one touchdown rushing in 6 starts last season. But the way that he moves around, if receivers are covered, he'll tuck it and go as he did there.
York now for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you've just watched your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Dances by him. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Third down, Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield. So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Watson now to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Being chased out. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Over the middle to Beckham.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
That one complete to Prochet.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Jackson options out left. Down to about the 22 here.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
That's pulled in at the 32. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Jackson on second down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and with that they take the lead here 20-17.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Browns set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They set up the screen to Chubb, and he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Watson on first down. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb, 28 yards.
And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
These 2 teams in this 1st half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Ravens going to get 1 more drive here in this 1st half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
And he wisely will throw that one away. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play, but Mark Brunell, when he's with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Jackson.
Able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen, and we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him, he doesn't believe it. but this one winds up no good.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football, and you'd have to think the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Ball at the 23, second and 8.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
Now Jackson on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah
coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Well, that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're rocking and rolling, but the scoreboard doesn't show a big difference. You know, maybe it's one of those games where coaches say you can't miss your turn on offense.
I like the way you phrased it, especially with that. I love that rocking and rolling because the explosions on offense are happening. So that's going to keep the crowd going. They're loving that. But defensively, they just can't get it together to get the stops they've needed in order to help increase their margin. They've got to find a way, but you're not counting on it. That's exactly what you said. Can't miss your turn, can't miss your opportunity.
Yeah, they're going for another opportunity now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Jackson. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
We've got a close game. Offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complimentary.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the... And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Chubb will get the call running left.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They run again on first down. Chubb down at the 25.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Watson now going to run the option right. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Watson on 3rd down. Caught on the slant. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
The York on now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He finds his target, Beckham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Jackson options out left. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Jackson going to keep it running right.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was onto it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
But it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Tucker's kick is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
David Ojabo able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is fielded at the 27. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start with the option.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on here to punt it away. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now Watson. Right back to Njoku. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. 23 yards, the final tally.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. That's caught, and he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. It's showtime.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. After the interception, here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Nick Chubb. And the Browns take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That would complete to Prochet. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5. On the option right is Jackson. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 54 yards. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
86 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, try to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Ravens offense back out there.
And if they're going to take it in for another touchdown like they did on their last drive, they're going to have to do it the hard way, starting at the 1.
And boy, is that a difficult position. Obviously, where they are on the field, they have to be careful with the football. But at the same time, they can't be so careful that they can't run their offense as well. Everyone's got to lock in this situation. No mistakes.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he has the Ravens 1st down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.